Hello everybody and welcome, ZDS here, bringing you the next episode, part 9 of my Metroid Prime 2 Let's Play. So, I actually did take a day. I only recorded one video yesterday, and that was part 8. I couldn't really tell you why, I was gonna record something else, and I got a jig for my Switch so that I can fucking homebrew the damn thing, without using fucking tinfoil. And then that didn't happen correctly, and I got pissed about it, so... Anyway, that's not what you're here for. So, in the last video, well, actually, we took care of a couple bosses. I think we only did the Spider Ball Guardian, now that I think about it. But we got Spider Ball done, so now we are headed... Since I already got Power Bomb boss done, back when we were still in Torvus Bog, taking care of the Alpha Log, now we are going to take care of Samus. At least in her second form. Or maybe not second form, but also I want to make sure my Phazon Beam is active for this fight. This fight is actually ridiculously easy, and probably one of my most favorite fights in the Metroid Prime games, because it's so satisfying. I would say that it is far more satisfying even than the Prime 1 fight with Dark Samus. Or rather, the end of game fight. Like, I think it's the most satisfying of all the fights in Dark Samus. I mean, obviously, considering I'm using cheat codes, you know, Phazon Beam, we're not really gonna... I don't know. Maybe I can... No. Okay, yeah, she can actually transmit throughout the visual spectrum, and she can use... you'll only be able to see her with Dark Visor. Keep this fight a little tiny bit longer without using the Phazon Beam. Mech. My best strategy for beating her is usually using the Dark Beam. Because for some reason, even though she is quote-unquote a dark creature, she is actually still weak to the Dark Beam. More so than the Light Beam. Okay, good. Now my beam's weapon is working. Nope. Yeah, I think the Dark Beam does do more damage. She also has the Phazon laser, which I don't think is in really any other of the Metroid games. I mean, you do have Andreda using it against him in Prime 3, which I will eventually play that game as well. When she shoots her little Phazon super missile, though, she's pretty much invulnerable. I'm actually taking my time with this fight just because I like it so much. One of my favorite fights in Metroid Prime 2, and it's... I plan on eventually doing a countdown video for the boss fights in the Metroid Prime trilogy. Since I do feel that the trilogy as a whole does deserve such things. I mean, after all, I have been playing these games for a long fucking time. And they were some of my first experiences with actual boss fights that wasn't, like, you know, Pokemon related, like in the Colosseum games or whatever. Come on, Sammy. Come on, Dark Sammy. I also have, like, every energy tank in the game, so this fight isn't even... There we go. I'm also going to show this cutscene because I just really like it from the meta standpoint. Like, despite the fact that Dark Samus is really intent on killing Samus, Samus still tries to save her. I just find that really compelling about Samus as a character, that she's willing to save somebody, or should I say something, that has been trying to kill her since her arrival on this planet. I don't know, I like that from a meta standpoint. It's kind of cool to me. But in doing so with defeating Dark Samus, we actually don't so much defeat Dark Samus to get the Echo Visor, as we defeat her to get her out of the way, so that we can grab the Echo Visor. Now, of course, with Moon Jump, I can go around this area, but I'm going to show you real quick an easier way To do this, real fast. There we go. Now, normally what the game wants you to do is that there's a boost ball thing below here, right over there, that it really wants you to actually use, and there's no point to that, so... If you boost up to there, you get onto the edge of the track, you bomb jump to where you're on the ledge of it, and then you boost ball up, you'll end up right in front of this portal, and it saves about a, I don't know, a minute or two at a time, plus a little less inconvenience. For me, it's personally worth it, even if it is kind of dumb. And I know I could have gotten the Echo Visor as soon as I defeated Dark Samus by moon jumping up here, but it wouldn't have actually registered that I received it. So I actually would have had to go through the Dark World anyway, because otherwise I would have been locked in this room. But with the Echo Visor, we can now see sound, so we're essentially Daredevil. Or at least I say Daredevil because that's one of the most common, characters brought up in regards to a character being able to literally see sound waves. And I believe I brought this up in my top 5 Metroid power-ups video, which I also plan on doing a redo of, that this was one of my favorite power-ups because of its very unique aspects. I mean, here you can see light bouncing off of everything, seeing everything, but then the minute you go sound, everything becomes black. And all you can see is vibration of waves. And I really, really dig that kind of concept. It's really cool. But now that we have the Echo Visor, there's actually only one boss that is not a final boss that is remaining. We actually only have to defeat Quadraxis now. And before I beat Quadraxis, I'm actually going to go over here. Well, I got to go over here anyway. But there's a beam ammo expansion over here, and access to a dark portal that I can get a fucking missile expansion in above the screw type wall. There we go. I don't much care for those things. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to go ahead up here. Normally what the game wants you to do is, well, I say normally like it's any other method to do this. They want you to go around this spider ball track, and I don't want to do that. So for me, it's just personally easier to obviously use the moon jump sheet. See, they want you to go like around this kind of this kind of track here. And if you hit that red stuff, you fucking get hurt. And yappa! Nope. Okay, there we go. Alright, new beam ammo expansion. We're all good there. We're actually nearing very close to the end of this Let's Play, which is good. As much as I love this game, it can drag on just a teeny bit. So let me see here. What else do I need to do? Ah, let me go this way. Wait, do I come this way through the top or the... No, I gotta come that way through the bottom. Okay. So there is actually one other thing I have to do before fighting Quadraxis, so... Let me check the map here real quick. Actually, no, I don't think I have to do this. Alright, let me just try to go this way. There is a missile expansion inside of this room, but you are not supposed to come here through the top part of this room. You're supposed to come in through the bottom. And this is supposed to be the pathway you take to get to the screw attack. Now, to come in through the bottom, you need to use the kinetic orb cannons. But even with moon jump, if I try to go back through the top, it'll break the game. So I have to go back up from the bottom to the top. However, if you try to leave this room at the bottom of this tube and go into the room that it's supposed to be in, you end up locking the game, or in the worst case scenario, just outright freezing the game, which has happened to me on numerous occasions. Let me see, does this have a dark world entrance? I can't even fucking see. Okay. Yeah, I think it has a dark world entrance, so... Wait, no it doesn't. Yeah, this door does not have a dark world entrance, so... I'm actually gonna come back through that direction and get that missile expansion a bit later. But right now, and you notice I did skip the screw attack as well, like I mentioned earlier I was going to do. So we'll go ahead and... let's see. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and face Quadraxis now. I mean, we're already fully prepared. And if you're wondering why I can face Quadraxis now without even having the fucking temple keys, I'll show you when I get there. Come on. There we go. My beam activated. No, it didn't. It activated for one shot. I definitely want the Phazon Beam active for facing Quadraxis, though, because it makes Quadraxis go cakewalk. Although maybe I'll do the same thing with Dark Samus and take it easy on him. Because again, Quadraxis is also one of my favorite fights in the game. Alright, so here we have... here, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the door I was mentioning, I think it was last video, in regards that I need the Sonic Visor, Echo Visor, whatever you want to call it, before I can get here. So I'm actually going to go ahead over here first. Because up here, there is an ammo station. But I do have to kill some fuckers first. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to show off the Sunburst real fast. Because I noticed that I haven't used it at all. There we go. I'm also going to show off the Dark Burst. Wait, I don't even have the Dark Burst. Oops. I didn't even realize that I don't have it. I forgot I have the Sonic Boom, not the Dark Burst. There we go. And in here we can get a nice, healthy ammo restoration. I will say I do have a pretty big complaint about the beam ammo expansions. Not the beam, or the beam missile combinations, because... not because of their power or anything, but because they use so much fucking ammo that they're practically useless compared to just using the regular beam weapons. If they used, say, 20 or 10 units of beam ammo instead of 30 per shot, I could definitely see much more utility with them. But, I don't know, like, the Sunburst is extremely slow, which means it's only really good in close quarters. The Dark Burst is extremely powerful, but also very slow compared to the Dark Beam itself. And the Sonic Boom is instantaneous, where it hits whatever you're staring at. So it's definitely the best of the three, but it uses 30 units of both Light and Dark Beam ammo, which is a pain in the ass. So alright, right here is the gate to get access to the boss room. Now, they normally say you need 3 keys, yada yada yada. Now, there is a way to actually get over this thing without the keys, and it usually involves the screw attack. A method that I've never been able to pull off, but you can also just, you know, do that. That's why I never bother picking up any of the Dark Temple keys. Alright, so I actually will activate the Phazon Beam cheat, I did decide on that. Alrighty. The Phazon Beam will destroy the leg joints even if they are not active. Which makes his first phase incredibly easy. Like, that easy. However, and this is a recommendation I put out, do not, under any circumstances, fight one of his stages with the fucking thing active. If you fight, there's one particular stage of the fight, which I'll get to in a second, that if you use the Phazon Beam on it, it will actually put it into an invincible mode. Hold on, I need the life beam for this. It'll make him basically invincible, so just be wary of that, and use him as he's dead or something. This Despite the fact that it is a mechanoid, it is still weak to the light beam. Plus, the light beam's homing properties work better anyway. So this is the stage you do not want to screw up. If you are using the Phazon Beam cheat, you can easily screw this up, because I've done it myself. If you hit him in that phase with the Phazon Beam, you will basically glitch him out, and he won't be able to be damaged at all, and you'll have to reset the fight. I'm warning you all now, because I've done it myself twice. And sometimes you get frozen in place like that. No biggie. Alright. Where you going, bud? Where you going? Of course you're going that way. And there we go. Boss battle completed. As always with the Phazon Beam, it makes everything ridiculously fucking easy. Now we just need to acquire the last of the planetary energy, take it back to the Sanctuary Fortress Temple, grab a couple more expansions, including the Light Suit Screw Attack, and of course the Dark Burst that I missed, and we will be ready for the final boss after we collect the last of the temple keys. So, yeah, pretty surprising actually. I guess even if I tried to limit the videos to relatively shorter compared to the Pokemon Sword Let's Play, Metroid Prime is just a much smaller game, or Metroid Prime 2 is just a much smaller game than something like Pokemon, because it's just not as much to do. I personally think it's on par with Pokemon in terms of quality, if not even phenomenally better in most cases, actually. Because Metroid Prime and Prime 2 aged fantastically. I mean, I'm still getting enjoyment out of these games fucking almost 20 to 15 years after their release. I think that should be a testament to how good these games really are. So I'm not even gonna fucking bother with those bastards. I'm just gonna grab myself a fucking missile. So I can get up over this. There we go. That's the only thing I really needed in there. So I still need to go back to Agon Wastes, not just for what I've already mentioned, but also for the Sky Temple. I love killing those things with the Annihilator Beam. The Annihilator Beam is an extremely broken weapon, I will say that. It's just a shame that it's not, or that it uses both Dark and Light Beam ammo, because it is very inconvenient that it does use both. Oh, and once again, I will make something clear that the game wants you to go through the Dark Portal that I was just, on the other side of where I was just at, in order to get to this room. But I can violate the rules of the game if I want. Alright, come on. Come on. Get in the hole. There we go. Yeah, stuff like this where I'm just trying to tap the B button repeatedly is why the screw attack often gets in the way of moving. I mean, after all, the screw attack is supposed to be your extra jumps. So, the moon jump will obviously get in the way of that. None of these fuckers can hurt me. Alright. That one was really determined to fucking hit me. Alright, and the screw attack. Mine! Alrighty. Alright, so again, there's still more. I'll go ahead and get the... yeah, I can still keep going. Okay, that was eBay. Thank you, eBay. Ah, damn it. I'm trying to scratch my arm and I fucking messed with them. Okay, now it's these arrow pirate fucks that are here now. Okay, so there's another missile expansion over here. Okay, this is the only enemy in the game that requires you to use a seeker missile to kill him. Or at least as far as regular enemies are concerned. So, by extension, that creature is immune to the Hyper Beam. I think it's 1, 2, and then... oh, that. There we go. We also got to get a power bomb in the central dynamo, the central gyroscopic room. Gyroscopic room, whatever. So we'll get that in a minute. More importantly, let's get this energy back to where it belongs! For the sake of it, I'll just show it off. Screw attack, screw attack, screw attack, screw attack. Yeah. I can guarantee you that I will accidentally hit that button a few times. That time I did it on purpose. Alright. Give you the energy. Yo! Alright. Last of the planetary energy has been restored, as far as the temples are concerned, anyway. So now there's just a few more loose ends I need to tie. There's 2 power bombs in Sanctuary that I need to get. There's the one in the gyro chamber, and then there's also one... there's also one in this portal room that's on the opposite side of one of the areas I was at before. So first, let's head back to the gyro chamber. And... ow! So for some reason, you need both the Echo Visor and the Annihilator Beam to activate any of those sonic puzzles. I'm not quite sure why you need both. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, because the Annihilator Beam is sound-based, but still. Alright, I can't remember this one. What's this one? Got it. Again? Nope. 1. That's right. First one, last one, and then 2 of the second. Now the Phazon Beam, again, you can't blow this up because it's like a cutscene. But in there, as you can see, we have the 8th Power Bomb expansion. Technically the 6th one. There's one in Agon Wastes under a pool of toxic purple drink. And then, of course, there's the one that's nearby in here in Sanctuary Fortress. Alright. This way. Why didn't I just fucking levitate up here? What the hell? My fucking hand itches like crazy. So now we gotta go back. Oh, excuse me. We gotta go back to where is it? At bottom level. The hallway in between here. There's a room there we gotta go to. There's still another missile expansion around there that I need to grab as well. It's one of those elevators that you're supposed to come through first, but... who cares? I don't follow the rules. Has that not become clear by now? I think I might actually do just one video today, because I noticed that I'm getting a little stale in my delivery. Or maybe that's just how I feel right now. Probably because I've been really into playing Breath of the Wild on my semi-menu modes. I've been hacking the fuck out of that game, and it's hilariously incredibly awesome. Alright, so we'll go through the opposite door here, but then after I grab the last of the expansions here, I'm gonna... well, actually, no, there is still one missile expansion here. But I need to get the light suit to get that, so we'll have to come back here later. Ow! Yep. Okay, so first what I'm going to try to do here, actually, is I'm going to try to do this little glitch, or little cheat thingy, whatever, the way that the game can actually let you do it. So, if you're good enough with the screw attack, you can get up to this spider ball track, and grab a power bomb, without actually needing to go through any of these portals. As you can see, I got really close on my first try. Shit. I got 2 overzones. Now again, I'm holding down both L buttons, or at least both the analog and digital L buttons. So, I'm not using the moon jump here at all. I'll aim for that. There we go. Like I said, perfectly possible. I've done it on plenty of my playthroughs. So that's the second to last power bomb expansion. And we'll just crawl right back out. What the game wants you to do is jump between a bunch of fucking dark portals to do it, and that's just annoying. Another one thing as well. That is the door that is the opposite side of the door of that tunnel I was talking about earlier. The only way to get to that door and have it open is to beat this thing. Now this thing I did not include originally in my Metroid boss battles video that I recorded fucking years ago. Because I don't consider it to really be a boss. I don't even really consider it to be a mini-boss, to be honest. But it is, in fact, a boss. It is the Caretaker Classroom. And it does have, I guess, boss status, but I don't really consider it one. So I'll go ahead and grab this missile expansion as well. If I remember correctly, I need to go through the Dark World version of this area down here. I could be wrong on that, though. I might need to. Do I? Nah, I don't think so. Alright, so we have almost everything. Shit. There we go. So from here, I guess we'll just go ahead and go to the save center and call this an episode. Because we're at the 30-minute mark, and I would very much like to call it a video. So, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked what you see and you want to see more, please consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like on the video to let me know that you guys enjoyed. And until next time, this has been ZDS. We keep it fun one video at a time, and I will see you guys in the next video.